Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Mr. U here. Today we'll be speaking of something that I find very interesting, and I feel like you guys will find also very interesting. Now, the reason why I think you guys will find these little facts interesting is because they are very different to what we are used to and we are accustomed to. What I am actually speaking of is Japanese cultural facts. So come along as I explain some of the facts that they do that we may find very odd, but it's their normal. Let's get right to it. Starting off with number 1. There are queues for your shoes. Now, in Japan, it is very common to take off your shoes before entering someone's home. But it is also very difficult to know when to take off your shoes or when not to take off your shoes. So in some buildings, in some cases as well, there may be some queues in the doorstep. These queues are meant for outdoor shoes, so if you are entering an area where there are slippers around the queue, that means most likely you will have to take off your shoes. Additionally, if there is a raised ground or a raised floor, it is encouraged that the person takes off the shoes before stepping onto the raised floor. Now, fact number 2, it is actually rude to eat or drink while walking. It's pretty common to see people eating a bag of chips or sipping coffee while walking down the street in Western countries. But this is not the case in Japan. While it isn't considered to be quite as rude as it used to be, eating or drinking while walking is still looked upon as low class behavior. When most Japanese people buy food from vending machine, they tend to stand next to the vending machine. For example, they'll consume the whole thing beside the vending machine before walking again. Fact number 3. Baseball is an extremely popular sport in Japan. Although sumo is best known to be the national sport for Japan and the sport that they most associate the country with, baseball is actually the most watched and played sport. It was introduced to the country during the Meiji period and gained huge popularity thanks to the heavy American presence in Japan after World War II. Japan has 2 professional baseball leagues as well as countless high school and university leagues across the country. Fact number 4. Position of the chopsticks have meanings. When you're dining in Japan, it is important to never stick your chopsticks into your food or rest them when you're not eating. This actually resembles a ceremony performed at funerals in Japan and is considered to be a bad omen. For the same reason, it's also a taboo to share food with others by passing it on from chopstick to chopstick. If you want to share your food, use your chopsticks to put it on the other person's plate. And the final fact, slurping is actually a compliment to the cook. For a country with so many strict etiquette, it comes to a shock to many people that slurping noodles or soups while eating is perfectly fine and acceptable in Japan. In fact, slurping is not just acceptable, it's actually encouraged. It's considered to be a sign that the food is delicious and it's a compliment to the chef. It makes it easier to eat noodles quickly while they're still hot, which is said to be the best way to appreciate their flavor. Slurping can also minimize messiness, helping to prevent broth from spilling onto your clothes as you eat. So thank you guys so much for listening to me speaking about these Japanese cultural facts, and hopefully you learned something new about Japan. I will see you guys in the next video, and for now, I'm out. Bye bye.